like to bring stuff that's pretty easy to make. So what I'm doing here is just putting the apple cinnamon sugar in there that I brought from our store. Everything I'm using here today we should sell. We actually sell recipe kits. This comes together in a package with everything that you need to make it. So that's nice, makes it nice and simple. Our mission is to bring you a more flavorful life, so we hope to spice everything up that we bring to you. Yes, this is a double recipe. I'm doing a double recipe because I want to make sure everybody gets a little taste. Okay, so I'm going to make it a little bigger today. But it actually comes with 2 packages of sugar because you need 3 ounces. It comes with 2 packages of golden monk fruit. You need a package of that also. Would help if I had the recipe in front of me. Monk fruit is a sweetener, but it's all natural and it has no glucose and no carbohydrates, so it's safe for even if you're diabetic or on a high protein diet. It works very good for that. So I want to put that on a nice medium heat. In this pan, I'm going to add the sugars, the apple juice, which I pre-measured. I put 6 teaspoons in here, but you need 3 to make a single batch. And you really don't have to do anything. You just let this bubble and cook itself. And I'm putting a whole cup of brown sugar, but you would use a half a cup for a single batch of that also. Oh, and it cooks very quickly on here. It's already heating up, and it's going to start smelling fabulous in a minute. I'm sorry? No, that one I had to get. The things that are in bold print we carry, and that comes with the recipe card. The brown sugar I brought. We actually have it, but we use it for different recipes in the store. We make all our own spice blends and everything in there, so it's a lot of fun to work there. And it's a lot of fun to visit because you can open jars and smell. It's just a fabulous place to be. It is located in Fisherman's Village in Punta Gorda. But we actually have stores all over the country. Recently, we've reached the 100 mark. We got 100 stores all the way from Anchorage, Alaska, down to Florida. So this should only take about 90 seconds. And then I'm going to reduce the heat down, so when it starts to really foam up, it's going to be bubbly, and I'll try to toss this pan up so you can see that. Okay, so it's nice and bubbly. I don't know if you can see that. Anybody see that? It's getting all bubbly here. So I'm going to turn that heat down, and I'm going to let it simmer for a couple more minutes. And while that's happening, we are going to spray our pan. Starting to look good and bubbly and creamy there. So we're going to reduce the heat when the bubbles slow down. The heavy cream is 3 tablespoons, but I'm going to add 6 to this batch. Still pretty bubbly, so I'm going to pick this up. So I don't want to singe the cream when I put that in there. If you put it in when it's too hot, it might curdle a little bit. It is really awesome. I wish I had this countertop at home or for at work. I put shows on at work all the time, and I wish I had a counter this big. I work in a T-bar, and our T-bar is probably about 3 feet long. It's pretty and clean and bright, right? I'm sorry? That's true. Okay. My little vanilla extract. Normally I would be putting in just a 1/4 teaspoon, but I'm going to do a 1/2 teaspoon today. This is Madagascar vanilla. This is a really, really good product, so you only need a dash of this. It's very strong. We're going to prepare these, and these are nice to work with. They puff up very nicely, so it's a nice and gooey and soft center. I'm going to cut them in quarters. It's different kinds of biscuits. No, this one I'm using is Pillsbury. You can use any brand you like. Woo! I thought somebody was going to pour champagne. So what I do is cut these up into 6 pieces. because when this is all said and done, you're going to want to be able to pull these pieces apart. I'm going to put them right in this bowl. It says to put it in a bag. I found that the bowl worked a little better for me. This is kind of important. You want to separate these as you're putting them in there, because when I pour all the sauce and the sugars, you want every single piece to get coated nicely. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with our store at all, but not only do we make custom cooking blends and sell all kinds of spices that you can't find in most places, we sell tea. We have over 65 varieties of tea. And today I brought a special one for you. It's a preview of our summer collection, which is not out in the store yet. I'm going to make, it's called a Blue Hawaiian Paradise. It's beautiful. When I brew it up, it's blue. It's got a pineapple, vanilla, coconutty flavor. Very pretty.
Do you have any cocoa teas?
Actually, we have a couple of them with cocoa nibs in them. Yeah, so they brew up. I have a black chocolate tea. I have a chocolate chai tea.
Okay.
Yeah, we have every dessert flavor and fruit flavor.
When is the summer club going to be in?
It'll be coming out next week. May 9th is our release date.
I was talking about the pumpkin tea I bought last year.
The pumpkin chai? That's the one that everybody waits for. We get lines of people waiting for that tea to come out. Yes. I'm sorry.
And they said you might be able to help us. What is sweet onion sugar?
We also have a variety of sugars that we infuse with all kinds of flavors. The sweet onion sugar is one of my favorites because it's so versatile, but anything that you would put an onion in, you could put this on. So I use it on salads, I use it on steak, I use it on pork. It's actually like the caramelized part of an onion. It's delicious. And I'm going to use that in my other recipe.
Yeah, it's where we sell it.
Yes.
But does it have real sugar or is it
It's
just-
real sugar.
Oh.
Yes, it is real sugar. It's just infused with the onion flavors.
Okay. That sounds delicious.
It's really good. It makes an awesome steak. I always tell everybody, don't generally season a filet, but I will put that on there because it just enhances the beef flavor. Makes fantastic meatballs, good salad dressing. This is the golden monk fruit. You're going to want to coat every little piece of this, so that's why I like to put my hands in here and mix it around a little bit. This is what's going to keep it separated while it's baking and let that sauce get in between every piece. I also have a passion for making fancy cocktails. So I don't know if you're aware of that, but last time I came, I made a couple of cocktails. That is so much fun. You can actually steep all of our teas with vodka, gin, rum, anything you want instead, and make them into martinis and all kinds of fun drinks. Today in our store, we're actually focused on Cinco de Mayo. So we're sampling out mango matcha and some holy guacamole that I just made before I left. And that matcha, you can add a little tequila to that and put it in a martini shaker and shake it all up, and it makes a really good margarita. Okay, so this is all incorporated. I think most everything got good pieces of sugar in there, or monk fruit. Now, unfortunately, this is not a sugar-free recipe, even though I did use monk fruit for it. I am using apple cinnamon sugar. And so where am I now? Seal and shake the bag, thoroughly coated. To the sauce, add 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to add half a stick because doubled again. You can see in our job, we very rarely make a single batch of anything. So I'm kind of used to doubling everything up. We're going to mix that in. That's the golden monk fruit.
Oh, it's blended with other stuff. Is it like baker's spice?
Baker's Spice Blend is coming up. I'm just getting this butter melted in here. I'm going to incorporate that a little bit because we want it to be saucy, not grainy. So this is supposed to be, let me see how much is in there. Only a teaspoon, so I'm going to do that right in my hand. This is a baker's spice. I actually make this fresh in our store too. It is cinnamon, allspice, ginger, nutmeg, cloves, cardamom, and star anise. They're starting to get a little bit softer and rise a little bit, so it's good. Yes, they're starting to separate. Yes. Okay. I don't know if you can smell it, but it really smells delicious. A little stir. Then I'm going to start drizzling it in and tossing it around. This part is kind of important too. You don't want to drip hot boiling stuff and have it start to cook before it's ready, so the drizzle is a little bit important. Now I'm going to put half of this in the pan. I'm going to drizzle more sauce over it and then put the rest of it on the top. But we want to spread this out kind of evenly in the pan a little bit, so we're going to drop it in all different places. Again, the separation is kind of important. I am using Granny Smith because I love that tartness of the apple. Also why I don't like to coat it with the sugar, because it stays tart when it's baking. But you can coat it if you like a sweeter apple pie flavor, you know. Okay, I'm going to put a little sauce in there. It's very specific, but like I said, I'm not real good at following directions. I kind of just go along and mix things together as I go. Okay, I'm getting close to the end of this one, and then we're going to start boiling some pasta. This is going to take a half an hour to bake. Or even more, sometimes 40 minutes, we'll see how that works. And we're going to put the rest of the sauce all over it, make it really messy for you. Also, this serves up really well with some vanilla ice cream. I'm going to pop this in the oven. They already preheated it at 350 degrees for me. And it's a beautiful clean oven, not like my kitchen oven. So this is our roasted garlic linguine. And we do sell this in our store in a package with the recipe card. That's right here. That's how that comes. And it's got the cards in there and everything for you to use. This is for the topping. So in the first place, all I'm going to do is boil the pasta. And I brought 2 of these with me. I'm sorry? Of the bags, this is 12 ounces. Almost a pound. Not quite. Whoops. I'm sorry? You want to try it? You want to feel it? I don't know if you make pasta at home. I make pasta. This feels much more like a real pasta, like a home. We're not going to add any heavy cream to this or anything very fattening. We're just going to use the pasta water to make the sauce with. I personally salt my pasta after it's in the pot or right before I put it in the pot, just so that it flavors the pasta and doesn't boil away. So this is a kosher salt that we also have at my shop. Yes. Okay, so that pasta's got to cook for about 5 more minutes. Yes, I use 2 bags of this. And while that's boiling, I'm going to hurry up and throw some tea in my infuser so you guys can see how beautiful the Blue Paradise tea is. And on the pasta bag, it says cook for 4 to 6 minutes. I have done that. I found it needed another 2 minutes. I like my pasta to be cooked. I don't want to feel it crunching in my mouth. Yep, needs another couple minutes here. So this here is our Casio pepe. We actually make this too, fresh. It is a Romano cheese powder with some black pepper and a little bit of nothing else. That's it, very basic. Black pepper and Romano cheese powder. And we do have powders of all kinds of cheeses. We have feta cheese powder, we have Romano, we have cheddar. I think that's probably it. But they're powders and you can add them to any recipe instead of using real cheese. It's just dehydrated and ground up. That's all it is. Another interesting fun fact is that we had 2 women that actually went to Louisiana who started trading spices almost 20 years ago. And they decided to open a store, a brick and mortar store. And this franchise has grown in 15 years. Like I said, we have 100 stores right now. So those ladies had a fabulous idea. It's been very, very popular. So it looks nice and tender. Actually could use another second, I think. Yeah, another minute. This here is our blue Hawaiian. It's a green tea. It's pineapple, coconut, vanilla, and sencha green tea. It's a fabulous blend. I got to taste it right before I left. It just came in. I was waiting for it. It was supposed to be here Thursday. Perfect. It's not a French press. This does not go down. This is the pitcher that I was telling you about that we use at our tea bar. So you put your tea in here and your hot water and you let it steep and the strainer's on the top. And when you pour it out, it all stays there. I actually could use some ice. Is there ice somewhere? I'm going to make this an iced tea pitcher so that everybody can taste it without it being too much. Yes, please. No, no sugar. I did bring some in case anybody wants it sweetened, so I was going to do a pitcher of each. Well, it is a teaspoon per 8 ounces, but since I'm going to put this over ice, I'm going to double that recipe. So this is 3. I would normally put 4 in here for a hot tea, but I'm going to put 8 in here for iced tea. And like I said, I didn't even get a chance to play with this, but almost every one of our teas you can steep at least twice. 7 and 8 there. And this one has a blue butterfly pea flower in it. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that, but that's what gives it the beautiful blue color. The blue butterfly pea flower, it is also 100% anti-inflammatory, so it's great for you. Let's see how this is looking now. Put that over here. And I'm going to steep this, but I don't want to throw this water away because that's what I'm going to make the sauce out of. So I'm going to pour this right in through my colander. That's off. That is off. I'm going to pour this into the tea pitcher and let this steep while you guys can see. But let me do this. Put it out where everybody can see it because it's really pretty. And this is a 32 ounces, but it's going to make 64 ounces of tea because I'm going to pour it over ice, and the ice is pretty much going to melt.
You said it's a green tea, right?
It is a green tea. It's a green tea with blue butterfly pea flower in it.
And how long do you let it steep?
That steeps for 4 minutes. 3 minutes. Okay, so let's get this out of here. Okay, I should have looked at the recipe on this one because I made it a few times, but I'm going to double check myself. This is the pasta water.
What is the Casio?
I'm sorry?
What is the Casio?
The Casio is the Romano cheese powder. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a cup right there. I guess I should have put it in a measuring cup so you guys can see, but I have measurements inside my pot there so I can see them. And this is very fine and powdery. Since we make all this fresh in our store, it's very hard to bag. We actually bag everything and label everything. So it's a fun one because it's all over everybody every time they do it. I got my little whisk in here. I'm going to go ahead and whisk this together. That's my timer for the tea. Yes, please. You don't take that off. Just, yep, leave it right there. I'll pour it right out. Okay, I'm going to put a little olive oil in here to make sure that these pastas stay apart a little bit. I don't want them too sticky. And then I'm going to pour this sauce in there, but I'm going to use my little spatula because this helps separate the pastas while I'm tossing it around. I'm going to pour this all over. This will just keep getting thicker and thicker as I toss it, so I may need to add some more pasta water in there. It's a judgment call. Okay, this is the sweet onion sugar, one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites is called porcini mushroom. I was going to boil some more water. Yes, please, thank you. So technically you're supposed to sprinkle this on top and then serve it to look pretty, but I'm going to mix it in since we're going to be sampling it really quick. But it does look really nice. I'll show you how it looks first because these are it's not a very colorful dish, but this adds a little depth to it. That's the sweet onion. This is all to taste or to garnish, whatever you like.
What's that one?
This is a roasted black garlic sea salt.
Oh.
Put this underneath so it looks prettier. And then of course this is all cheese powder, but you know, like I said, I'm Italian and I never have enough cheese, which I don't see. Where's my grated cheese? Oh, right there. Never have enough cheese. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more on top here. This actually, my husband and I had this for dinner the other night and we did not need that much. It's very filling. And sometimes I'll add a little chicken. Chicken is our favorite. We're trying to watch all our red meat, of course, like everybody else. So that is how that looks. And it smells really nice. Okay, can everybody see? Yeah. I'm gonna spill it out. So.